And you've used some friends from other bands like Trivium's Matt, or Leprous' own Einar, who's basically part of you for a long time, and even Tobias and Jørgen
Mhm.
as well. So what exactly, I know Einar is pretty much very close to you, but what about the other three guys? What made you kind of choose them for the album? Was it during the writing you felt that maybe the saxophone solo of Jørgen would be interesting, or Matt's vocals would be interesting?
Well, apart from Tobias, who always, I kind of rely on him to do the drums
Hmm.
because he's such a fantastic drummer, and I know he can handle anything I throw at him.
Right.
And I've done three, very diverse albums with him. And he always does a great job with whatever I present him with.
Hmm.
So that is a kind of a safety net for me to know that I will be working with him, because then I have that as a foundation,
Right.
that trust, and
Right.
then I can kind of stretch further. I don't have to think, oh, can I actually make someone play something like this, and the same with Jens Bogren, knowing that he will mix the album gives
Yeah.
me a safety net to expand my sound. But all the other guests kind of come in very late in the process.
Right.
And for me, I just feel very privileged to have, as you say, people in close proximity that I can ask and to help kind of spice up the expression.
This is true.
And
True.
it's also kind of an egotistical thing, because with having talented people like that perform in the songs, and especially vocally, that it creates more distance for
Right.
me, so I don't get that subjective, and I can actually enjoy the songs, more objectively, rather than just being too self observant
Observant. Right.
or self-conscious about it. Yeah. So no, that kind of comes in very late in the process, and
Process. Hmm.
Einar, again, he did a fantastic job.
Indeed.
It was great to have Matt on Mass Darkness, for example, where his very powerful, more American style type vocals were so
Yeah.
fitting for that type of chorus. And of course, Jørgen, he has been doing. The thing is, I thought it was great to have him in such a quiet song,
Hmm.
because most of the other stuff that I've had him on before, it's been very, very extreme. So it was very nice to kind of bring him back to do something more
More
traditional,
traditional.
saxophone-like.
Right.
And again, he did a great job. And also, as a different experiment, I've been playing My Heart Is of the North live several times, before actually recording it.
Yes. Yes.
And in that respect, I also wanted to bring in the live guitar parts of
Right.
Robin and Nikolai from a live band, so they actually also play on that song.
That is really good to hear. Even with someone like Matt, that there's always this looks to be like a possibility of a project called MRITYU, which you're producing it, and you've also written some several songs, but that somehow isn't seeing the light at the end of the it's because you're busy, Matt is busy. So is there anything going to happen over the period of maybe this year that we will get to hear those songs which you and Matt have written?
Probably not. No, but that is how we got to know each other. That
Hmm.
he approached me to kind of produce his solo album,
Okay.
which basically it started out as something he wanted to do anonymously,
Hmm.
and because he's a big fan of black metal and has been since his early teens.
Yes.
But we kind of got talking and exchanging mails, and he came to visit me, and we've talked back and forth, and also worked on his songs. But mind you, this is his project, and I'm just kind of
Helping
giving
him out.
advice and yeah, helping out, and kind of taking on the more producer role,
Right.
and which is very interesting. And he's such a talented guy, but unlike me, he's also very, very perceptive to input.
Okay. That's good.
No, but it's really great stuff, and I really hope we get to time to work on it again soon.
Has
But
it been
it's kind
recorded?
of we're Yeah. No, he's been recording demos for
Okay.
for many songs and everything, and we kind of go back and forth, coming, input and. But I think we're both very.
Very much want this to come out.
Yeah, open that it happens when it happens. That
Right.
it will take the time it takes.
Absolutely, that's good to hear. And what about touring with the solo album, Ihsahn? I remember having an honor of seeing you live in India, Bangalore, a couple of years ago with Leprous. So that was also your first gig in India, because I'm right now in India. So I just wonder if there's any European tour planned, and maybe a possible American tour, with your live band.
Well, so far it's only been European shows that are being booked.
Okay.
And there are unfortunately no plans of anything in the US or India for that matter.
Okay.
At this point. But the thing is, this album was supposed to come out in January.
Yeah, it got pushed.
Because of the merge with Candlelight, Spinefarm, Universal, and everything, everything was kind of pushed back. And so my touring schedule was kind of also pushed back, the same amount of time.
Right.
So we're kind of still in the process of booking this autumn.
Okay.
And to rehearse and implement all the new material into the live set and all that. So that is not finished yet. So we'll just have to see what comes along.
When is the European leg planned? Is it going to happen after the summer festivals, or you're going to do some maybe a 2-week, 3-week long leg?
Yeah, but both out of preference and also with the kind of conditions of my live band being kind of hired guns individually, and I like to play with very talented people, and talented people are much in demand.
Right.
So it's also a matter of actually
timing,
getting everybody scheduled to go. So basically, for the most time, I just do festivals and one-off shows.
Okay.
So there's really no plan for any going the tour bus route.
All right. Well, I hope it happens soon so that the fans get to hear the songs live, and that would really be great. So, coming to the question, which probably you would have been asked a lot before, but I just thought maybe I would put it in a different way, or maybe put it in a more inspiring way, that what would it take to, let's say, to Ihsahn, Samod, and Foss to write an Emperor album in future?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I know people... of course, I get that a lot, but I don't know really if people know what they're asking for.
Right.
Because basically, I still, I ended up writing the last Emperor album also on my own. So I was kind of bound for this direction of going it alone. So if it was up to me
to decide,
alone, Emperor would sound like this.
Okay.
If you get what I mean, this is how I write metal. So
right.
It was up to this is my direction. So and if you listen to, I know Samos is releasing a new Wretched End record, very soon as well, and I think it's very obvious that musically we are very, very far apart. So if people want a new Emperor record, what would they expect?
Yeah, would they expect the solo side of Ihsahn, or the actual Emperor back in the day?
Yeah. Do they expect us to write music as if we were teenagers? So it's kind of you can't really win.
Yeah, true.
So at this point, I think it just would be absolutely pointless, because regardless of what route we would take and what would feel natural if we were to do that, it would be, I think, either way it would be a disappointment, because it's kind of just part of an illusion, and I don't think I see absolutely no point in doing that.
That's a smart move, because sometimes certain legacies should be left as it is and should be cherished for fans throughout the lifetime, instead of just kind of ruining it over the period of time.
I mean, I think I've been very lucky to be able to kind of continue with the same state of uncompromising mind,
yes,
if you will, that we did. we didn't get any recognition. Everybody hated what we were doing, in the early days of Emperor. It was only later, that
picked up.
It picked up. It took a long while, and of course when we started out, there were no black metal scene, and there were no market or anything. So we basically just did this, in our own accord.
Right.
So with absolutely no intention of this being a career.
True.
Because that was not an option. That was not. It was unimaginable. So it is kind of against all odds that we ended up having a career.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, but I just kind of try to, if I owe my fans anything, since I've had the privilege of doing this for such a long time, it's to kind of continue the legacy of that and being totally uncompromising.
Yes.
And kind of what can I say, executing that free will to do music.
That's really good to hear, Ihsahn. I really hope that you continue with the albums, surprise us every 2 or 3 years with the great songwriting, and I hope to see you live playing Arcturus, very soon. So thank you so much for doing this interview. But before we conclude, how about you describe the sound of Arcturus in just one sentence?
That's hard, but well, I'd say that it's a collection of very identifiable songs, and I would say, at least in my record of work, this is among the more catchy, I would say.
The most catchiest Ihsahn album to date?
Yes.
Perfect. Good to hear that. Thanks a lot. An honor having a chat with you. Good luck with the release.
Thank you so much for the support. And
absolutely an honor. I hope you come back to India. Your fan base has doubled since the time you came, and it would be an honor.
I had a great time. So it would be lovely to be back.
Indeed, it would definitely be. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening ahead, and take care of yourself.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.